So what is intuitive tattooing? I'm Justine, and I'm here to share about my intuitive tattoo process. Thank you for watching. I have been tattooing in this way since about 2015, and I have a really specific process that has evolved and changed and grown a lot over the years. So it started out as this long, drawn out, very sacred, meaningful experience. It still is. But the thing that changed was that I used to sit with each of my clients in a deep, long meditation. Now, over the years, after doing this day after day after day, the process quickened. And so it felt unnecessary to continue with this long meditation when I could instantly feel and see the design come through that I was meant to create on the person's skin. And so I cut that part out of the process because I can tune in so quickly now. And I actually found recently there's a book by Jose Silva that talks about this process. And so it was really cool because he studied this whole process, not with art and tattooing, but how meditation can help you see more clearly and have amazing experiences. Anyway, so worth reading. But anyway, now the intuitive tattoo practice is a much more quick and efficient and spiritually energizing experience for me. And I'm so excited to get to share that with you. So I get asked a lot, what is it? What is it? And to me, the term really came to me because it felt like, how else it's an intuitive feeling, but how else do I describe that? So the word intuitive came to me one day, and I decided to call it that. What's so cool is that term is spread into the consciousness of so many people. So it's easier for people to find more intuitive tattooers across the world, which is so amazing because there's more consciousness arising around this practice and of coming back to kind of the deep roots of sacred tattooing. It's an ancient practice, right? And it's rooted in spirituality. So it's just this new resurrection of this sacred process. So how does it start? How do you go through the process? And is it something you even want? Are you asking all those questions? Probably, right? So let me tell you a little bit about, how I work now. So if you're interested in it, what I would love to do is chat with you one-on-one in a Zoom meeting, just like this, you and me talking. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you a few questions so I can get to know you, hear you, feel you, sense you. And what that is that you become a song for me to interpret and hear. And I feel that it's a very co-creative experience. And this is actually a process that I teach my intuitive artists. And so it's kind of cool to be able to talk about it in this way. But you will, you become the song, right, that my pen dances to when I create the design on your skin, wherever that may be. And you get to choose where it gets to go, right? I want you, usually people have a sensation of where it feels right on their body or some sort of vague location. So we get to talk about those kinds of things in our Zoom consultation, and that's free. So you can just use the link below and book a consultation with me and just see if it's right for you. So after I ask you a few of those questions, I'll ask you some of what's your deep meanings or your intentions for this piece? If you could come up with about 3 words that really symbolize the essence of what you want this piece to symbolize for you. What do you want it to remind you of this next new chapter you're stepping into, or remembering who brought you to, what parts of yourself are you proud of that brought you to this chapter where maybe you're closing. Usually there's some sort of transition that we are celebrating, memorializing, and honoring. And these tattoos get to be like a sacred adornment to honor these parts of ourselves that don't get to be seen, and really bring it out onto our skin. And so we can honor it and share it with others sometimes, but also just mostly as a memory for us of how far we've come and what we've accomplished. And, our culture doesn't have a lot of rites and rituals and ancient practices in celebrating these little teeny milestones. So tattooing gets to be a way for us to do that. And it's important that these designs that I create for you are not saturated symbols in deep histories. They are fresh new symbols that will be connected to who you are right now in this present moment. So I don't use ancient symbolism. I am inspired by, I guess, nature symbolism comes in. You'll see, if you've looked at my work, there's a lot of leaves or flowy water, but it's important to me that the designs flow with the body. And since we are nature and we are water, it makes sense, I guess, that these kinds of designs flow in that way around our form. And I love this process. It's like the greatest honor to get to do this. And I'm in deep gratitude to each person that is courageous enough to step forward and choose to do this with me. And I know it can sound like a crazy process, like you tell someone about it, you don't know what you're going to get tattooed. I know it sounds crazy, but when you hear about the process, it's such an honor for me. I think about, the tattoos I've received, and most of them are not planned. They are given, they're like gifts from these different special artists that I've known in my life that have given me these designs. And it's an honor to feel, what they felt was a good design for me, and to take that in. And sometimes, I evolve and change. And so I evolve and I change those designs and add to them, and they grow with me. And my abstract designs that I tattoo for everyone I get to work with, they get to grow with the design. So I often have people come back to me year after year or every few years and add to their designs because more meaning has surfaced, or they've accomplished more, or come through more beautiful experiences in their lives that they want to commemorate on their skin. So intuitive tattooing is an incredible way to honor these parts of ourselves that we don't normally get to in our culture. So and culture, I mean our day-to-day life in 2023 or at this time, right? So let's see, what else? Okay, so you come to me, we talk about these things on Zoom, and then you come in for your session, and we spend the first few minutes regrounding and talking about what the meanings are for you, if anything else has changed or surfaced for you that you want to add. And I kind of see them as ingredients, and we're co-creating with you, me, and God. So it's this trio collaboration here. And I always said a prayer that my ego steps aside, then I'm able to be just a clear creator for you and what this piece gets to be for you. So it's really not about me. It's not about my design. And it's about you feeling in love with the design and how it flows on your body. And I wanted to feel 100% 100% full body. Yes, this is what you want. And if you don't feel that way, we will continue to work the design, rework it until it feels like you love it. And usually that takes somewhere between a few minutes to longer, depending on how much of the design you want on your body, or how dense the design will be. Like, for example, this is a highly dense design. Usually I don't tattoo this densely, but sometimes I do. So something more dense is going to take a little bit more time. And usually you can kind of estimate how long it may take by just the size of the hand, a standard hand size placed on the skin. That would be about approximately an hour. It's kind of how I've figured out, like that's kind of how my pricing goes, is about hand size is how much I can do in about an hour on average, depending on how dense and detailed and ornate it is. All right, so what that process will be like is you tell me where you want it. Maybe you want a little bit here and a little bit to flow over here. So the designs don't have to be just one thing here, one thing right here. They can really flow with your body. Sometimes we do things that flow from an arm to a thigh, and then, or a shoulder and back, like up your back and up your neck a little bit, and then it flows down your side over here, or down your thigh, or on your ankle and up on your wrist, things like that. Those are really fun things to get to do. So you can expand your mind, like what's possible, what would feel really, really nice. Maybe you want the piece to feel like a big, nice hug around you or something like that. So what I'd like to do is just draw right on your skin and help you see what that might feel like. Then I'll leave the room and I'll give you some time and space to feel into the design. And I love this part because it gets you really collaborative, and it's the most important part. So I really want you to feel comfortable with that and with the design. So I leave so you can have that space, like trying on a dress or an outfit, like you want to be in the dressing room alone, like really feel into your own energy. Does this feel like me? Could I really wear this? Or when you're alone, you'll sense different things you may not feel with me in present, like looking at you, right? So I want you to feel like 100% yes, this is something you want to do. And if you don't feel like that, we'll keep working. When you do feel like that, then we'll begin the tattoo process. So if this sounds like something you are inspired by or want to talk about, I'm here for you. I would love to chat with you. You can use the links below and go to my Instagram, my website, and all those links are below too. And just book a consultation with me. And you fill out a little form, and then you get the link sent automatically to book a consultation on your own time. So I look forward to talking with you, connecting with you, and seeing if this is a perfect fit for us to create together. And thank you so much for watching. Feel free to send this video to anyone you feel like might like it or be interested in this idea. That would be so cool. And you can like and subscribe this page too. I have a lot more videos that I'm going to be making about my tattoo process. And I'm just so grateful that you watched this long. So thank you so much. And I hope to see you soon. Bye.